So, let's talk about a feeling we all know, right? That moment when you're just stuck, staring at something you know you have to do, but you just can't make yourself start. Well, what if that feeling we call laziness isn't actually a character flaw? What if it's something else entirely? Let's dive in.
Oh yeah, we've all been there. Your to-do list is a mile long, the day is wide open, but your motivation? It's just gone AWOL. It's so frustrating. But seriously, what if that feeling you're beating yourself up about isn't laziness at all, but actually a signal?
And that's the big idea here. Laziness isn't who you are. Think of it more like a check engine light for your brain. It's trying to tell you something. Maybe you're completely overwhelmed, or maybe you're secretly terrified of not doing a task perfectly, or maybe you're just plain burnt out. Just getting that, just recognizing it, that's the first huge step to moving forward.
Okay, so to get unstuck, the first place we gotta look is inside our own heads. It all starts with that conversation you're having with yourself. This whole section is about mastering that mental game. This right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the problem for so many of us, perfectionism. And you know, studies show it's actually on the rise. It often leads to this thing called avoidant coping. Now that's just a fancy way of saying that if you're afraid you can't do something perfectly, you'll just avoid doing it at all. Sound familiar?
So what's the fix? Well, you have to change the script playing in your head. That little inner critic that says, "Ugh, I'm so lazy." That voice is literally sabotaging you. But the good news is you can retrain it. Shifting from that to something like, "Okay, I'll give this my best shot," isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about giving yourself a fighting chance by focusing on the effort, not some impossible, flawless outcome.
You know that feeling of being totally overwhelmed? It's a major reason we freeze up. The antidote then is to make the task smaller. A huge goal like clean the entire house feels impossible, right? It's paralyzing. But a tiny goal like just put the dishes in the dishwasher? Hey, you can do that. When you break things down, you start building momentum, and you avoid that burnout that comes from staring up at a giant mountain of a to-do list.
But look, getting unstuck isn't just a mental game. Your physical energy has a massive, massive impact on your mental drive. I mean, if you're running on empty physically, your motivation is going to be on empty too.
Your brain needs fuel, simple as that. And the kind of fuel you give it really matters. Foods that are high in protein, like some Greek yogurt or almonds, they give you stable, long-lasting energy. But on the flip side, sugary drinks, fried foods, all that white bread, they give you this quick little spike and then a total crash. And that leaves you feeling even more sluggish and less motivated than when you started.
And listen, you don't need to go run a marathon to feel the benefits of moving. Seriously, next time you feel that lazy feeling creeping in, just try getting up for a quick 10-minute walk. It's an absolute game changer. It gets your blood flowing, clears your head, and it can totally reset your energy for whatever you need to tackle next.
And of course, we have to talk about sleep. It is completely non-negotiable. Trying to be productive when you're sleep deprived, it's like trying to drive your car with no gas in the tank. It just doesn't work. Aiming for that sweet spot, that 7 to 9 hours, is so fundamental to waking up actually feeling refreshed and ready to go.
All right, so we've covered the mindset shifts and the physical fuel. Now let's get tactical. Let's talk about some simple, really powerful tools you can start using every single day.
Okay, this one is one of my absolute favorites for beating procrastination, the Pomodoro technique. It's just brilliant because it's so simple. The idea is pretty much anyone can focus on something for just 25 minutes. It makes starting that big, scary task feel so much less daunting. And those little 5-minute breaks that are built in, they're perfect for preventing you from burning out.
Let's be real. Distractions are motivation killers. We all do it. We turn to our phones or just start scrolling endlessly to avoid a task. So you have to be proactive about it. Turn off the notifications, find a quiet spot to work, and hey, if it sure is really tedious, make it more enjoyable. Put on a great podcast or some music. The point is, you have to consciously build an environment that sets you up to win.
And here is a super powerful secret. Motivation actually feeds on itself. So when you finish one of those small, manageable steps we talked about, you have to actually acknowledge it. Seriously, give yourself some credit. That little burst of positive reinforcement builds your confidence, and it makes you want to tackle the next step. Don't wait until the whole giant project is done to feel good about what you're doing.
Now, before we wrap this up, there is one last really critical thing we need to cover. All these strategies we talked about are powerful for sure, but sometimes a really persistent lack of energy and motivation can be a sign of something deeper going on.
So if you're experiencing just this constant, chronic fatigue, or you've totally lost interest in things you used to love, or you find yourself pulling away from your friends and family, that might not be laziness at all.
These can be symptoms of underlying health issues like depression, anxiety, even things like a vitamin deficiency or thyroid problems. If any of this sounds familiar, it is so important to talk to a doctor.
So, as we finish up, I want to leave you with this one question. Not, how are you going to completely change your entire life tomorrow? No. The question is, what is one small step you can take today, right now? Are you going to take that 10-minute walk, break down just one task, or maybe just practice one positive thought? That whole journey of overcoming that stuck feeling, it really does start with just a single step.